Have you ever heard of a young man who became the head of his country at the age of 34? No big family, no political background, no billions in campaigns, just a military uniform, honor, and a revolutionary spirit in his heart. This is the story of Ibrahim Traoré, the young man who rose from a poor village in Burkina Faso and quickly became a challenge to the entire West.
I'm archiving every distortion. I am Ibrahim Traoré, and today I'm pulling off your masks. Yes, you heard correctly. I, whom you call a young military junta leader.
Ibrahim Traoré was born in 1988 in a simple village in Burkina Faso called Boundoki, an area where there was no development, no education, no hope. But Ibrahim, differently from childhood. In his school days, he studied geosciences, but his real passion was justice, selflessness, and revolution. He was not an ordinary student. He joined the student union, protested, and raised his voice against oppression. This was when the seeds of becoming a leader were sown in him. Then in 2010, he joined the army. He trained as an ordinary soldier, but soon his intelligence, courage, and leadership skills impressed the officers. In 2018, he was sent to Mali for a UN peacekeeping mission. There, he demonstrated such humanitarianism and courage in war-torn areas that he became not just a soldier, but a hero. By 2020, he had reached the rank of captain. But Burkina Faso was suffering from the worst terrorism and corruption at that time. President Roch Kabore had failed. The situation had deteriorated so much that thousands of people had been killed and millions were being displaced, and half of the country was under the control of terrorists. In January 2022, the army staged a coup, removing Kabore and replacing him with Colonel Paul Damiba. But alas, Damiba turned out to be the same as before, corrupt, a slave to the West, and out of touch with the people. That was the moment when Ibrahim Traoré decided he could no longer remain silent. September 30th, 2022, Ibrahim Traoré took over the military leadership, ousting Paul Damiba and becoming interim president himself. At just 34 years old, he became Burkina Faso's youngest ruler. Young, bold, and fearless, he immediately declared that he would not tolerate French interference, would expel foreign forces from the country, and would make Burkina Faso an independent, sovereign, and self-sufficient state. His speeches were heart-wrenching. He would go to the battlefield himself, sit with the soldiers, eat with them, and fight for them. People began to call him the new Thomas Sankara, the same revolutionary president who had made Burkina Faso an example to the world in the 1980s. Ibrahim Traoré developed relations with Russia, openly challenged the West, and dreamed of creating his own separate African Union. Mali, Niger, and Burkina Faso formed the Alliance of Sahel States, a new bloc that would represent an Africa free from Western influence. But friends, every revolution has a price. During Traoré's reign, a wave of freedom arose, but terrorism also increased. Western media began to call him a dictator, an autocracy, and an enemy of human rights. It was said that his government had reduced freedom of expression, suppressed journalists, and promoted propaganda on social media. According to some reports, 60% of the country's territory is still under the control of extremists, and millions of people have become refugees. But the question is Traoré a dictator? Or is he a revolutionary who has clashed with the system? People still want him with all their hearts. His picture is on the wallpaper of young people's phones. His phrases still resonate in video clips. He is not just a president. He has become a symbol of resistance, self-control, and freedom. Friends, this story is not just about Ibrahim Traoré. This is the story of every young person who is not afraid of circumstances, who stands on the truth, and who creates his own destiny. Remember, age is never a barrier. Lack of resources is never an excuse. If the passion is true, even a mediocre captain can change the world. Awaken the leader within you, because maybe tomorrow the world will remember your name too. If you like this story of Ibrahim Traoré, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and tell us in the comments whether you think he is a hero or a dictator. See you in the next video with another inspiring true story.